welcome to season 2 of Drink Like a Fish. I'm your host, Brian Big Fish Ragland. This is my co-host,
Double D.
And we have a rep from Sweetwater, and this is...
I'm Jarris, and I distribute Sweetwater.
Very cool. Now, out of all the Sweetwater brews, there's a good amount that we can choose from tonight, but what we are reviewing tonight is...
Crank Tank.
Crank Tank?
Yep.
Is there a story behind it?
Yes. Crank Tank is a rye ale, and it is partnered with Camp Twin Lakes, which is a camp up in North Georgia that lets all kids with disabilities go up and have a week-long camp to enjoy life and not have any worries. They can just set their disabilities aside for the week and really enjoy it. And Spin for Kids is the official ride that Sweetwater partners up with.
Cool.
And it raises money for charity for the Camp Twin Lakes, and Sweetwater creates this, and part of the proceeds go to Camp Twin Lakes.
So, buy the beer,
Yes.
support the charity.
Yes. Help a kid have a fun
Beer
week
for
at camp.
children.
We
Drink for children.
Drink for children. I love Sweetwater.
It's the
sponsor.
Sweetwater is the best. It's local. You support your local brewery.
It is a great brewery. We have some on deck that's coming up.
And we've tried some before. I don't know if we tried them really as part of the show, but I mean, I've tried some personally, and they're very
Without
good.
me?
I mean, yes, I do
You
drink
drank beer
without
without
you.
me?
I do.
You
Yes.
do.
I mean, I've had the 420, I've had the motorboat.
Yep.
And all very good beers. You know?
They've got a good selection, so.
I'm a big fan. Let's go ahead and try this. Cheers to you. And to you as well. Sorry. We'll just pretend like you're not here. That's not cool.
Cheers.
Cheers to the cameraman.
Cheers to the camera. Cheers to the cameraman.
That's pretty decent. It's all right.
It's very good. There's a little bit of
Very good. Cut. Done.
And done. Yes.
And we're done.
There's a little bit of bitterness to it, but I'm actually kind of liking that. It all seems to be at the very back of my palate. Is when I'm swallowing it, that's really where I'm tasting the bitterness in the beer. But it's not like I say bitter. That sounds bad, but
It's not too
very tasty.
overpowering.
No, not
to where-
at all. Not at all. It gives the beer a lot of character. So I'm really I like this. This was pretty good.
Yeah, it's normally, in my opinion, with a rye beer, the rye usually overtakes it, and it's kind of like this juxtaposition of I'm rye, now I'm hops, I'm malt, and it's this fight going back and forth. Everybody just gets along, man. It's like Sweetwater was the teacher and was like, settle down, everybody just play nice, and it's a smooth drinking beer. I think it's a really
Sure, whatever works for you. Yeah.
And they call it ride ale because Spin for Kids is a bike. You know, riding the bikes, ride ale. Once a year, charity beer. They have one called Double D.
Do they really?
No, Triple B.
Triple
Sorry.
B.
Triple B.
BBB.
Close enough.
If you add 3 Bs together, is that not a double?
That's D
Might be.
range. I mean, I'm
Sure.
we're there.
They tried Double D.
Weight wise, I think it might add up to it.
Double D didn't work. So.
Anyway.
So we got to give it up for Sweetwater right now, like
You have to.
and then Crank Tank for the kids and everything is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This has been Sweetwater's
Crank Tank.
Crank Tank. It's good for charity. It's good for the belly, and it's good for the palate,
It's good for the soul.
22 ounce.
and it's good for the soul.
Cheers, drink Sweetwater.
Double D. Look, he even has the Double D shirt. Rip it apart like you're Superman. That's how you know like we're big doings because we have our own shirts. It's marketing.
All right.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. We have with us Justin from Terrapin. Now, as you guys know, Terrapin is highly sought after. It's like the crack of the beer world. And right now we are drinking what?
This is a double feature, series of 4 beers we're doing to support the Georgia Theater, which was a music venue in Athens, our hometown, burned down last year. And so each one of these beers is kind of meant to signify a period in the life of that building. There's many things. Before it was a music venue, it was a YMCA, it was a Masonic Lodge, it was a department store, it was a theater, it was a music venue. It's been a lot of things over the years. So double feature is from when it was a movie theater.
Very cool.
And it's a Belgian-style double. We use Rochefort yeast in this one.
Okay.
It comes in at about 8.5 ABV.
Ooh, it's a big boy beer.
Yeah, a little bit. And so kind of part of the mystique of this series of beers is that in each release, one box will have a golden ticket, which is a lifetime pass for you and one guest
Willy
to the
Wonka
Georgia
style.
Theater. Yeah, once it is rebuilt.
Run home, run as fast as you can.
Yes. And we've got 2 of these beers in the market right now. Neither one of those tickets have been found, so there's there's a chance for you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try this beer. Let's all give it a swig.
All right. Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. It's maltier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
As far as the Belgian,
It's a sexy beer.
Belgian Duvel,
Yeah.
Cameraman says
good.
it's a sexy beer.
It's
Cameron
malty,
is-
but it's a very sweet malt almost. Like it's just the whole, you know, to make it sound weird, but the whole palate kind of gets hit from it. You know, all the way to the back, you get that sweet malty kind of flavor. You know, it's really just a very full flavored beer. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, very lightly hopped. You know, you get a lot of that kind of dark fruit, almost raisin, a little bit of bread.
Definitely the raisin, yes.
We're really trying to approximate the Rochefort 8 with this one.
Very cool, very cool. And I know Dave is a Belgian fan, so this is kind of right up his alley. And I love it. I think it's a great beer. This it's funny with Terrapin. We were kind of talking off camera. Terrapin has traded a crack on the open market outside of the South, and you guys are only in the South, and you're kind of working your way north.
What's up,
Correct?
homie? I got myself.
We are.
I quit Terrapin at any time, baby.
I got a cheeseburger, man.
So we're in 9 states, primarily in the Southeast. We make it up to Philadelphia. We're in Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh and Philly. But that's it. And right now we're standing pat with the markets that we're in. You know, we want to really dig in our heels
Right.
at home and build the brand there, and then we'll think about bringing it to your town. I think that you know, we really place a strong emphasis on experimentation. We really want to make beers that you can keep in your fridge and enjoy every day, but we really want to keep pushing the envelope at the same time. So that's sort of the whole side project series of beers is a great opportunity for our brewer Spike to do that. Most of those beers are just big.
We love the Dark Side. We just reviewed that maybe 2 reviews ago.
It was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
and-
This is something you just want to sit and you just want to savor it and sip it and just enjoy the complexity of flavors.
Dave started drinking beer very recently. Like he was doing kind of lagers and some of the other ones. I'm like, oh, come on, be an alcoholic like me, drink all of them.
Yeah.
Well, it was a very generic beer drinker. I wasn't a craft beer drinker, so you know, if someone puts some Bud Light in my path, okay, I'll drink that. But I wasn't really a beer fan. But then Brian turned me on to some of these craft beers and you know, things like Terrapin, things like the Sweetwaters and others. And it's really kind of opened my mind, opened my palate up a lot. And Terrapin, when we had that Dark Side, was awesome. And this is no slouch either, but you know, really good stuff that you guys are putting out.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on any of the side projects, they are phenomenal.
How long has Terrapin been? I mean, because I'm new to, like I said,
Right.
craft beer. So how long have you guys been in business?
Terrapin's 8 years old.
Okay.
We built the brewery, or not built the brewery, but acquired the brewery in Athens about 3 years ago. Before that, we were a contract brewery. And so we just had our 8th anniversary earlier this year. And,
Excellent. Well, let me ask you this: would you guys ever do collaboration beers? There's a lot like Stone would do a collaboration, you know, with some of their other ones.
we've
Would
got
you
an
guys ever-
ongoing collaborative project with Left Hand out in Longmont, Colorado.
Okay.
That's not bad at all. That's a
So,
good beer.
yeah, that's
Very good.
Spike, our brewer, and Roe, the head brewer out at Left Hand. They do a beer once a year called the Midnight Project. So that actually bounces between our brewery and theirs. This
Okay.
year it's at Left Hand. It's Oxymoron. It's an IPL or India Pale Lager.
Okay.
Just a really
Pick that up.
aggressively hopped lager. And then last year was Depth Charge, which was an espresso milk stout, which if you're trading beer was probably pretty valuable to you.
Speaking of milk stout, we off camera have drinking the Moo-Hoo.
Moo-Hoo is our newest.
Moo-Hoo. Like,
yeah.
what do you do with a name? Like, I mean, you got to drink a beer that has a line called Moo-Hoo. I mean, you just got to do
not.
it.
How do you not drink that beer? It now and I mentioned
And you think about it when you drink it because it tastes like chocolate because
So the beer is aged on cocoa nibs and shells that we get from a little chocolatier in Nashville, Tennessee called Olive and Sinclair.
Now, by little chocolatier, do you mean he's like this tall?
Yeah, they're very small people. No, they are a very small.
I knew that movie was real.
They're doing sort of seizing on a phenomenon that we've seen in coffee a lot, which is they're doing single origin beans. They roast the beans themselves. They're actually one of the first companies in the country to do bean to bar chocolate.
Okay, cool. I am so stoked that you guys came out because we are both Terrapin fans, especially because of side project beers. And it's really great to be able to talk to you guys and hopefully score some free beer in the future.
And cameraman says, look, here's my empty glass because I was drinking some of the double feature beer and I just can't stop. So cameraman says, hey, shout out.
Cameraman can't stop, and that's a separate issue in and of itself.
Cheers.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
Anyway, this has been good, and I do believe that beer is the cure.
For what else, you?
Cheers.
We are at Old Havana Cigar Company, Cartersville. Now, I've yet to be to Rome. We'll do a separate episode on that, but we're in Cartersville right now. It's kind of my haunt. I like coming here. I come here to watch the bands, smoke a cigar. Oh yeah, by the way, they have like, I don't know, 90 plus beers to choose from. Would you guys say that's accurate?
A little over 100, but yeah, right in that vicinity.
So, this is one of my favorite spots, and it's a little bit of a drive for me, but I come here because not just the staff, not just the crew, the people that work here, the music's spot on, the beer scene is amazing, and why is the beer so good here? Why is it not just Coors Light, Bud Light, ...
The owner has come up with a taste of the good life as our motto, and that goes with more than just cigars. It also goes with beer. We also found when we started digging around up here, there's not a whole lot of places that really put time into putting together their beer list, and we figured maybe we could get in on that. It's worked out great for about 2.5 years so far.
Now, Maria, you are a bit of a beer chick snob as far as that goes. What do you bring to this particular equation?
I don't know. I get a lot of people who like to come in when I work, and I like to
Well, that's
expand
obvious.
their mind,
Hello.
trying new beers.
Trying new beers.
I get a lot of actually ladies that like to come in when I work, and I'll expand their minds beyond the Mick Lights and the Miller Lights, Hempstead Lights. Get them into more of the craft stuff, and they seem to really enjoy it.
So you basically open this place up like your own basement, and this is just your hangout, and people come here and they pay you money to hang out in your basement.
Kind of worked out that way very nicely.
Yes.
That was
Cameraman approves.
cameraman approves.
I gotta say, I mean, this is my first time here at Old Havana, so I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, I've been to a couple of so-called beer or cigar bars, in the area, and I haven't really been impressed. I mean, the selection is kind of, both on the beer and the cigars have been kind of weak. But here, I mean, it's really impressive. The humidor has an awesome selection. I mean, the beer selection is great. The environment itself is great. It's just very welcoming, very open. It's a very cool place. And I'm glad that Brian, brought me here.
We love having you guys, and we really, really appreciate your help.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So thank you very, very much. When you come up here, you're going to get great service. You're going to get a knowledgeable staff. Beer is the cure.
For what else here?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Alcoholics. Jeez.
Yes, sir.